Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer. We're looking at the anatomy of a plumbing crisis, specifically focusing on Beech Grove's hidden infrastructure. You know, if you live in a historic or mid-century home, there's literally an entire hidden ecosystem right behind your drywall and just beneath your lawn. So today, we're going to break down the absolutely unique challenges that these older Indiana properties are facing right now.
Here's our quick agenda, basically our blueprint for today. We'll hit Beech Grove's unique plumbing profile, the hidden threats inside older homes, recognizing the warning signs, the professional repair process, and finally, codes, permits, and standards. Let's get right to it.
Section 1. Beech Grove's unique plumbing profile. We're going to start by looking at Beech Grove as kind of a perfect microcosm of mid-20th century housing that's under extreme and very unique environmental stress.
Let's trace the history of these homes, especially those near Shank Golf Course or along Churchman Avenue. Back in the 1940s through the 1960s, builders relied really heavily on galvanized pipes. Then, moving into the pre-1980s era, clay sewer lines became the standard. Fast forward to today, and we're seeing a massive peak in aging infrastructure failures. I mean, these original materials have simply reached the absolute end of their service life. It's essentially a ticking clock for homeowners near Main Street and beyond.
It's crazy how local geography systematically attacks a home's hidden plumbing ecosystem. We aren't just dealing with old pipes, we're battling Indiana's climate. Think about those harsh Indiana winters, dropping below freezing. They target exposed pipes in crawl spaces or exterior walls, causing the water inside to freeze, expand, and completely split the pipe. Below ground, heavy clay soil actually shifts with seasonal moisture, putting massive stress on those older sewer laterals. And inside? Well, Marion County's notoriously hard water continuously leaves thick mineral deposits in water heaters. It's literally a three-front war against your plumbing. Moving on to Section 2, Hidden Threats in Older Homes. Let's uncover the specific villains lurking right behind your drywall as we speak.
For homes built before 1970, galvanized pipe corrosion is a sneaky, hidden threat that's slowly choking your water flow. Unlike a broken window, you obviously can't see this happening. It's this chemical process where these older steel pipes actually rust from the inside out. Over decades, this rust just builds up, severely restricting water flow and causing that gross, rusty discoloration. Eventually, the corrosion eats entirely through the pipe walls, leading to hidden leaks inside your walls or even under your concrete slab.
And the threats aren't just metallic, right? They're biological. Beneath these homes, especially those with really mature landscaping near Veterans Memorial Park, thirsty tree roots act as a creeping living enemy. They're actively seeking moisture and nutrients, so they infiltrate the joints of those pre-1980s clay sewer pipes we just talked about. Once they get inside, they grow into these massive root balls, creating severe blockages that cause chronic, super messy sewage backups right into your home. No one wants to deal with that.
All right, Section 3, Recognizing the Warning Signs. Here's exactly how you can spot the breaking point before a total disaster strikes.
Notice the stark contrast here between a simple DIY fix and a major systemic failure. On the left, sure, a dripping faucet is an annoyance. It wastes water over time, but it's highly localized. But on the right, if you're suddenly experiencing a cold water sandwich, where your shower goes hot, then cold, then hot again, or if your tap spits out rusty water, that is a glaring red flag. That tells us you're dealing with internal pipe rot or a failing water heater.
And speaking of water heaters, 12 years. 12 years is the critical maximum lifespan of a water heater in this region before hard water sediment risks a total system failure. You see, the minerals in Marion County's water accumulate at the bottom of the tank, creating this really thick layer of hardened sediment. That forces the heater to work so much harder, it starts making strange rumbling noises, and ultimately it corrodes the tank itself. Honestly, if your unit is pushing past that 12-year mark, you are totally operating on borrowed time.
If you ignore those warning signs, here is the harsh reality of what happens next. When winter temps plummet below 20 degrees, or that sediment finally hardens, these are the catastrophic emergencies that inevitably strike in the middle of the night. We're talking burst pipes flooding basements as temperatures rise and the ice thaws. We're looking at corroded pipes leaking silently inside your drywall, causing mold and major structural damage. Raw sewage backing up into your bathtubs from root intrusions. These aren't just minor inconveniences, they are genuine disasters that threaten your entire property. So, when the crisis hits, panic is a completely natural reaction. But what you actually need is a structured intervention. That brings us to Section 4, the professional repair process.
Here's exactly how the experts handle the chaos. Keystone Plumbing uses a really strict three-step protocol to permanently neutralize these threats and do it rapidly. Step 1 isn't just showing up, it's properly diagnosing the root cause, not just treating a symptom. Step 2 is providing upfront transparent pricing before any work even begins, and utilizing fully stocked trucks to actually complete the repair in a single visit. And Step 3 is absolutely crucial, meticulously testing the repair and providing a rock-solid guarantee on the parts and labor. I mean, you have to see it working before the job is considered completely done.
In the middle of an emergency, it is so tempting to just grab a quick chemical drain cleaner or throw a temporary clamp on a pipe. But a true professional intervention means they use plain language to explain the failure to you, they provide actual photos of the hidden damage, and they prioritize permanent, transparent fixes over flimsy temporary patches. They basically bring order back to the chaos of a flooded basement or a backed-up sewer line.
Finally, Section 5, Codes, Permits, and Standards. Let's look at the rules of engagement and why taking this on by yourself can honestly be a disastrous idea.
It's probably the most common question for Beech Grove homeowners when they're staring down a major repair. Do I actually need a permit for plumbing work? You might be thinking, hey, it's my house, I can just replace the pipes myself, right? Well, the answer to this question is vital to the safety and the overall value of your property.
The short answer is yes, you absolutely do. Marion County strictly mandates permits for all major projects. We're talking water heater replacements, whole home repiping, new fixture installations, and sewer line repairs. And look, this isn't just bureaucratic red tape. These regulations governed by the Indiana Plumbing Code exist to ensure public health and safety. They dictate precise slope calculations for drains so dangerous sewer gases don't leak into your living space. And they mandate specific venting and pressure relief valves for water heaters so they literally don't explode on you.
If you ignore these codes, or maybe you hire someone who cuts corners, you aren't just risking a minor leak. You are actively risking your home's value and your insurance protection. Non-compliant work is a massive safety hazard. Plus, when you eventually go to sell your house, unpermitted work is going to fail real estate inspections. But, worst of all, if an improper, unpermitted plumbing job causes water damage, your homeowner's insurance company can entirely void your coverage. That leaves you on the hook for potentially tens of thousands of dollars. No way you want to risk that.
It really all comes down to this. Professional plumbers should make your life easier, not more stressful. Tackling aging, complex plumbing in a harsh climate like Indiana's absolutely requires a skilled, licensed professional. You need someone who understands the specific regional history of your neighborhood's infrastructure. They bring the expertise, the strict code compliance, and most importantly, the peace of mind required to protect your biggest investment.
So after seeing the extreme impact of Indiana winters, shifting clay soils, and hard water on those 1940s galvanized pipes and clay sewers, you really need to ask yourself, is the plumbing hidden in your walls a ticking time bomb, or is it actually built to last? Because if you don't know the age of your pipes, you are flying blind. Investigate your home's ecosystem before a simple cold water sandwich turns into a completely flooded basement. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep learning.